institutional buildings account for more than 30% of our greenhouse gas emissions, there is little doubt that business can do more. And as Ling Yong found out from two pioneering green companies, there are many other changes that can be made, and they are cheaper than you might think.
I could fall asleep before.
You could say it's a sign of the times, but at Van City, the sign really does say it all.
And starting in 2006, Van City went in and replaced all of its signage. And at the time, we looked at the latest technology for energy efficiency and found LED, as opposed to neon, which most of these signs are made of. And these signs only use 15% of the power that our old signs do. Each of our offices here is set up so that you just walk in and the lights turn on. And whenever you're not in here, the lights are off, so it all saves energy.
For more than a decade, the local credit union has left other banks and companies green with envy. Since the early 90s, Van City has taken on the challenge of being environmental stewards. That includes dozens of measures to be more green and to lower carbon emissions. The company has reduced energy consumption by 50% per employee.
Definitely, it starts with small steps. If we look at what we were doing back in the early 90s, it was just the basics of making sure our recycling programs were sound and were cohesive and building on those smaller building blocks until you get to the point where you can have a large strategy that engages the whole organization.
So this is really good that you
There
put
she
this
is.
box as well as this box so you can separate the paper and the cardboard.
This Yaletown video game developer is
Yeah,
also
it's all
taking it
good.
one step at a time, and in just a few months with a committee
By
of
the way,
staff
Stacey
volunteers,
recorded it off
Next
her
Level
TV.
Games has really done a lot. They switched to recycled paper, changed to compact fluorescent light bulbs, and launched an initiative to power off their multitudes of computers at night.
There's a perception that it costs too much to make that change or to buy products that are more environmentally friendly, when in fact it isn't as much as you would think, especially considering the amount of savings over the long run. We've got a spot here dedicated for batteries that we want to dispose of.
Next Level Games is getting some pointers from the experts with the Green Workplace program. They've helped more than 750 local businesses and government agencies reduce their footprints, but they say that number would be even higher if the province would step in with incentives to help small businesses.
If government created incentives specifically targeted for that audience, I can see like a lot of improvement made for the environmental movement as a whole.
It is getting easier to go green. This new Vancouver company only sells environmentally friendly office products, the first of its kind in Canada, and business is booming.
Or any kind of pen or writing instrument that's refillable, so they're not disposing of the actual pen or highlighter. They're actually reusing it, refilling it, and in fact these actually cost less per unit than a normal highlighter would.
And as more companies buy in, costs for green products will continue to decrease. But there's an even bigger payoff. It can also attract better staff as potential employees ask more questions about workplace environmental policies before taking a job, making it an all-around bright idea.
Well, big buzz is here. It's all about.
Oh yeah, Soccer Spice is
Stacey
in
recorded
town.
right off
Talk
her
a bit
TV.
about him.
Good.
What do you mean to the game at large? No one's gonna hurt about the